Pregame.com.
Boise minus 20.5 at Fresno, Friday night ESPN. Marco, this feels a lot like the Thursday game that we just talked about. You've got a Friday game, a lot of public action, ESPN. They're going to be more inclined towards the favorite. They're going to be more inclined towards the over. Means I want to look at the dog. I want to look at the under. But I got to tell you, Boise doesn't allow you to do that. They've covered 28 winners and 13 losers. Just all games. No home, away, double-digit dog, none of that crap. This is a team that's hitting over 66% in the last, what are we looking at there, 40-some games. So 3+ seasons. At what point do you just say that they can name the score and they know the point spread and they're going to get there?
Well, to take that number that you have right there and dig down a little bit deeper into it, over the last 3 seasons, as a road favorite of over 2 touchdowns, which is the category they're in now, they're 8-1 in that scenario.
So that's a great situation. They understand the style points matter, for them especially in a small conference, and man, they've been putting the style points on.
That's the key point with this game is with Boise. I mean, you always talk about having to run up scores, but here's a team that definitely has to do that, especially when they're on TV. In Boise State, you know how we always talk about marquee and there's certain teams. Boise State has to be the most marquee team that's not a marquee school. I mean, you think about it. Boise State's not a household name, you know, as far as schools go, but everybody knows who Boise State is in college football because of their success. They're the little engine that could, and they've been doing it for how many years in a row now?
I can remember back, I think it was 89, and pre-internet clearly, and Houston, which was a team as a kid that I loved with the run and shoot back then.
David Klingler?
Klingler and Ware and the whole thing is, I think they were playing Temple, and the Temple coach, if I'm not mistaken, said they had a bunch of, you know, apes or monkeys or something really pejorative. And they actually, I remember listening to the radio, and they were in the 90s, and they were going to try to get 100 against them. So, you know, the fact is when you have a superior scheme and superior players, look out. Because the Boises of the world do fine even when the other team has superior players. So to me, I think my analysis here is simple. I hate laying the favorite because I know I'm paying a premium. I can't bet against Boise, so I'm going to call it an opinion on Boise, but I'm not betting it myself. It's a stay away for me, and we talked about this last video. If you know the games to stay away from, and that's the difference between the old school wise guys and the new school. Just in the, you know, I've been in Vegas since '98, and there's been a big change. Old school guys are always taking this many points on a Friday. But to me, the new school guys find those 10 or 15% of games in which they say, no, I'm either going to pass it or I'm actually going to lay it.
Well, I mean, with what you're saying, that is absolutely true. Fresno State is a home dog in this situation. A lot of the sharper guys, that's an automatic play. But as we pointed out, 8-1 that hasn't got the money taking those home dogs. 2 points, 1 for each side. Boise State, 1 caution. They're coming off a major, major revenge game last week. They played Nevada. That's the game that cost them a shot at possibly paying for the national championship last year, losing that game with that missed field goal in overtime. Fresno State on the other side of the coin, major revenge for them. Boise beat them 51-0 last year.
Yeah, when I used to play my dad in basketball when I was 8, I always had revenge. Never got it.
You never got it?
Never got it. I mean, I don't even think about revenge when the team is so outmanned. The question is, how motivated is Boise? Which brings up another point. Last week, if I'm not mistaken, Boise underperformed. And it was funny. I saw something where they were talking about their coach, that people were unhappy with their coach, which to me was as shocking as anything. But it goes to show you is a good coach loves to win a game but have a reason to drive his players hard the next week. And to me, not only all the national TV and need the style points, but I think they're going to have an extra edge to them because they did underperform last week. All right, official projection here. I'm going to call it 41-20 Boise. And again, strong opinion, I'd call it, but I'm not betting it myself.
No opinion for me yet on this game.
I wasn't asking. Any closing thoughts?
I just wanted to give out one fast 10-second advertisement. Friday mega podcast on the Betting Dork with Gil Alexander. Very special show this week. You're going to have probably the first time ever on a podcast 3 members from the famed Tuesday meeting. Vegas runner, Brian Leonard, and myself will be on with Gil Alexander this week for the NFL.
So it went 5 hours yesterday.
Five hours.
Is it true you fell asleep between 2 and 2:30?
No. I had. It's in a bar. I got food, so I'm good.
How many? Here's the real over and under. How many different orders did you place from 12 to 5?
Only had one order. A lot of iced teas, though. You know me with
oh
iced
my
teas.
God!
Yeah, 5 hours of iced teas.
All right, guys, you can get all of our podcasts at pregamepodcast.com, and we're going to be back talking weekend action. You can get all of our videos at pregame.tv.